What up, you guys? Jonny Truelove here. Welcome to Wake Up Wednesdays, and this is episode 14. And in this episode, guys, we're going to be talking about becoming the future you and how to get there faster by leveling up and shifting yourself into feeling the best version, how you see yourself to be. Without further ado, let us jump right into this.
I told you before I laid my eyes on you. I'm not too sure, I just can't take my eyes off you.
Welcome back, guys. And in this episode, guys, as I said, we're going to be talking about shifting your way in to becoming the future you. So how many of you guys would like to change things about your life that, we all do. We all have experiences, but how many of you experience life as it is right now and say to yourself, is this what my life's become? Or can my life get better than this? And how do you envision yourself to be the best version of you? And ask yourself this question: what would you be doing? What would you be looking like? How do you see yourself now? And how do you see yourself as the person that you want to become? Now, guys, we've broken this down to 3 simple steps. The first rule to becoming the version of you is simply be. You need to put yourself in a way of thinking as you imagine yourself to be the better version of you. Because, you guys, the thought of what you see yourself to be starts with the seed, implanting in your own head and starting to become. But in order for you to become, you have to visualize as yourself to be in your own mind. What would you be doing? Where do you see yourself? Do you own your business, the business that you wanted? Are you preparing yourself for meeting your other half? Are you preparing yourself to becoming the best version of you so you can start living the dream that you've always wanted? Now, there's a lot of things and a lot of factors that come into play, but you guys have to realize that you, all of us, we are the creator of our own reality. Just because we want something doesn't mean you cannot get it. Because of the conditioning of life and the conditionings of what is, puts a mental blockage on your dreams and the aspirations of what you wish that all you can be. When as a matter of fact, that you can be at any point in your life right now, changing your way of thought and changing the pattern of the old beliefs of what your identity is. Let me say that again. We have to rewire the mental thought of the condition of what we know to be right now. And this is why visualization is so important, because when we visualize, guys, and you visualize yourself to becoming the best version of you, you have to be very specific. Being very specific in the direction of who you see yourself to be is allowing yourself to become. So in order for you to become the best version of you, you need to receive or allow yourself to be. You have to give yourself permission that it's okay to be the you now. Because if you let the conditions of the universe, of the world, of bad news that's happening, or a breakup, or a job you lost, or things aren't happening in your direction, in your favor, it's because of the vibration that you are emitting to the world. And you, because of those constant thoughts, you become those things that you think that you are to be right now. So if you feel you are not good enough and you have every excuse in the world why you cannot be, then that's exactly what you become. An excuse of why you cannot be. But if you can, for a second, visualize your life, what you would look like, how do you walk, how do you talk, how do you speak, how do you dress, how much money do you have now? Are you living the passions that you love? Because a job, or for me, what I realized, I thought I would be working in a hospital job forever, to be quite honest with you, and not realizing that in order for me to just going 150%, focusing on my brand, focusing on becoming a creator and a designer of my own life, I needed to let go of the old identity. Let me say that again. I had to let go of the old identity. Because of what I kept doing most of my life, I was conditioned to believing this is what I need to do so I can pay for my bills, so I can get through life. I have security, whatever the hell that means in a 9-to-5 job these days. Now, if you love what you do, then stick with it. That's cool. Bravo, more power to you. But if you feel that there is more out there for you, and there is things that you always wanted to do, start doing them now. I'm not saying quit your job right away and just quit everything, because you do need to survive. What I am saying is start little by little, visualize who you see yourself to be, and then you write down how you see yourself to be. So you're affirming how you would see it in your mind so you don't forget, and you just become it. Okay? How do you become it? You start taking action. You start feeling how you would feel if you were that already. Let me say that one more time. Start feeling how you would feel if you were your higher self now. And those feelings of confidence, of knowing, of being your higher self, the vibration in which you're emitting is that you are now that person. And it's interesting because I like to look at actors as an example. The reason why people fall in love with the actor is because they are portraying a character that they've imagined in their head to be. So they become the character. Now, a lot of the times, as we as human beings watch a movie, we fall in love not with the person, but the energy, and the energy behind the character that it makes us feel, because it resonates a lot with us and what we got going on everyday life. So we see ourselves, or a paradigm, as them. We see ourselves as them, or relate to them being that person. That's why a lot of times when I was younger, I don't know if you guys ever done this, but every time I've dated a girl or messed up and I watched movies, I imagined myself as what would that person do, and I started to do that. Unfortunately, it didn't serve me well. There's a vibration behind it that meant well, but in reality is sometimes it's just creepy. You want to stay away from that. So the idea is to visualize and start becoming little by little. I'm not saying be at all of it, because that does take time and it does take practice, but little by little start becoming the version of you that you see yourself to be. And the next thing you do is to take massive action. Let me say that again. To take massive action in doing what you see your higher self doing. Do what you see yourself doing in the future, but now. Does that make sense? Do what you see yourself doing in the future, but doing it now, taking action, okay? Now, when you start to do this, you start to embody the energy behind the character of who you see to be in your own mind, your higher self, and you start to become little by little. You start to influence your own self by your own guidance system, because you are aligned with a good feeling energy that creates all of the manifestations that you desire. Now, if you can stay in a place, again, of the vibration, the consciousness scale, stay in that place of feel good, focused, loving, peace, energy of enlightenment, and feeling those feel good feelings and staying there, becoming and taking action, then you can actually have the life. You can have the business. Then you can have the relationship you've always wanted. Then you can have the money, the car, anything that you've ever wanted, you can have it, because you became the person that you envisioned yourself to be. So the main thing here you need to take away is start telling yourself a new story. Number one, you visualize what your higher self looks like what they would be doing, how they look, and you little by little, you start to shift and become the character you visualize yourself to be. 2 is you start to take action in the character of who you see yourself to be, what they would be doing, but doing it now in present time. Because now that you have the energy supporting the frequency of the vibration which you see yourself to be and feeling good while you're doing it, then you can have everything that you see yourself to be has. Not the limited beliefs and not the old identity of why you can't be and have the things you want right now. And it's funny is because I was worried that I would never leave my hospital job ever because of security. But the funniest thing is when coronavirus happened, it allowed everyone to sit still and allowed me to really focus, because now I had the time to decide. And I left. And when I left, I visualized my life and what I see myself to becoming. And I started becoming little by little. And I started to take massive action of the becoming. And then after the action, I started to have the things that I wanted to have as I saw myself to be in my own head. And now when I make these videos, when I speak to you guys, when I'm not feeling aligned with who I really am and aligned with spirit or Holy Spirit or the higher vibration levels of what makes the whole of us, then manifestation and desires all come to me. It is by law, the law of attraction. But if I were to stay and stick and keep telling myself why I can't have the things I have, because I have bills to pay, because I have security at the job, and I never started to slowly shift the new identity and how I saw myself to be, then none of this would have been possible. I would have been stuck and still the same person I was. Still dreaming, but not feeling like I'm good enough. So I'm telling you guys, you are good enough. You are whole. Dream and dream big. And seeing yourself, who you see yourself to be, become, take the action, and you can have. Because all the supporting vibration behind it is what creates the inspiration for you to think about it in the first place. Does that make sense? All right, guys, well, time to go. Well, I hope this video really helped you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. I really appreciate you guys. I sit here with a lot of gratitude, and I'm growing out my mustache. What do you think? Looks cool? Looks a little bit more different, doesn't it? I mean, it's like fall and winter's coming up. I want to envision myself to look more mortal-esque. All right, we'll catch you next one. Let's get it.